Hi kiddos, this is the last video of the week. We are still solving systems algebraically using the substitution method. All right, so let's get started. So for system 1, I have equation 1 and 2. What is the equation that I'm going to write first? So for this, I'm going to write equation 1 because that is the one in standard form. All right, where I have a y is going to be where I put my parentheses. And the reason is because y is what my second equation is equal to. So this told me to put parentheses where y is. All right, now what's going to go in those parentheses? The equation 5x minus 15. All right, now everything is going to stay the same except for the parentheses. My parentheses, I'm going to go ahead and use the distributive property. Distribute means to multiply, so I'm taking the 3x and multiplying it with the 5x. I do that again, and that gets me negative 45. Now I'm ready for my solving square. When you do your solving square, some mistakes we've seen is make sure to line up the equal sign where your dotted line is. All right, now I can go ahead and get started. Remember, variables are on the left and my numbers are on the right. So what's going to be put on my variable side? All right, I got negative 4x plus 15x. Now what's going to go on the number side? All right, and for that, you should get negative 1 and positive 45 because that's crossing over. Combine my terms. I get 11x equals 44. All right, last step. Divide by my coefficient. X is equal to 4. All right, step 3. Plug in to an original. What original am I going to choose? Am I going to choose equation 1 or equation 2? I should choose equation 2 because that's in y equals mx plus b form, and that makes it easier for me. So now, instead of x, I'm going to replace. And what am I going to replace for that x? You got it. You guys are experts. It is 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify. So now that I have my x and my y, I'm going to go ahead and just write my solution. I'm going to write it as a coordinate. Remember, x comes first, then y. We haven't talked about this, but if I were to graph this, so if I were to graph my two equations, I would see that they would intersect, just like we saw last week, and where they would intersect is 4, 5. So a way you can check yourself is to check on Desmos and see if this is your point of intersection. All right, so that's just a way to connect the two. All right, let's try system number 2. All right, so same question for you. Which equation am I going to start with? Equation 1 or equation 2? Equation 1. I put my parenthesis where the y is. And what's going to go in my parenthesis? In this case, I'm going to put x because y is equal to x. So that's what's getting substituted for my y. All right. I now distribute. And I'm only distributing to one thing, so I get 4x. Everything else stays the same. Okay, I'm going to line up with my equal sign. And this is a shorter equation, but it's still the same thing. What am I going to put on my variable side? And then what am I going to put on my number side? Go ahead and fill out your solving square. All right, so that is it. So before I combine like terms, what lives in front of this? All right, it is a -1. So when I'm combining, I'm doing -1 plus 4. That gets me 3x. And then on this side, 0. All right, what's my next step? Divide, and I get 0 divided by 3, so x equals 0. That is okay, because 0 is a number. All right, now, what original am I going to pick? Equation 1 or equation 2? You got it, I'm gonna pick equation 2. Now, this one's a little different looking. I only have x, there's no other numbers. So I still follow the same steps. What do I plug in for x? I plug in 0. Okay, so now when I simplify, I just get y is also equal to 0. So my solution is 0, 0. Here's a bonus question for you. Where is 0, 0 on a graph? It is the origin. Good job. Okay, so here's how today is going to work. We just completed today's video, and now you have 2 extra parts. So your first part is leveled practice. Remember, leveled practice, you get to choose from mild, medium, or spicy. Your goal is to choose 3 problems. Try to choose from 2 different levels. Challenge yourself. All right, then you're going to upload a picture on Google Classroom. That is step 2. Since it's Thursday and the lesson's a little longer, we give you a step 3 today. It is optional, but we really encourage you to do it. So it is on IXL. We are doing an Algebra 1 practice titled U.8. If you get 5 questions correct, you will get bonus points, woohoo, on this week's graded assignment. All right, as always, if you have any questions, type them in at the end of the video.